Hello, everyone. My name is Heidi, and I am coming at you with a new podcast geared towards entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and women in business who are looking to grow any sort of side hustle or um, online business that you may have. So, I'm coming at you with a new podcast called Socialish. Socialish is a podcast about entrepreneurship, social media and branding, and productivity, and a little bit of life in there. Because we all know that life mixes with work even when we least expect it. Um, so, I'm hoping to inspire and build a community of like minded entrepreneurs who are looking for inspiration, who are looking for community to help them grow. So, who am I and what's my background and what gives me pause to talk about social media? Well, I have been on social media for a really long time. I started on Facebook back in the days when it was the Facebook in 2004, before they let in community colleges, before they let in anyone with an email address, before they let in high schoolers. And it was how my friends and I all kind of connected. And that's the one thing that I love about social media is the connections that it can build. It's funny because I saw a post in a mom's group this morning about how someone was like, I reached out saying that I was lonely, needing community, blah, blah, blah. And people were like, you really got to find groups. You got to get that social connection in person because, yeah, you can have online connections, but I also noticed that, a lot of people were like, "Oh, reach out to me, send me a PM." And which is great. It's always great to see how community lifts up, you know, especially in the parenting community, how it can lift people up when they need it the most. Um but it kind of left the onus on her, and I don't think she understood that. She was like, no one reached out to me. Um and that's the hard thing with social media is sometimes it's a little out of your comfort zone to reach out to a stranger. Anyhow, I digress. So I have been in social media and marketing for a really long time. I started my career back in 2006, 2007. Originally, I had wanted to be in government relations. I was a political science major, and then I evolved into nonprofit space where I was kind of a legislative and communications assistant, managing the website, managing Facebook. In the early days of when businesses and organizations were just starting to use Facebook and didn't really know what they were doing. But I knew that there was something there. So a few jobs later, a few years later, really, I had my son. And I moved into an agency where I got to manage multiple local accounts. I'm local to Anne Arundel County in Maryland, which is kind of between Annapolis and Baltimore. So if you're from out of the Maryland region, that's where I am. I have been here since 2010. I consider myself a Marylander, even though I was born and raised in New England. Um, nothing. A friend of mine from high school used to say you can take the girl out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the girl. I'm a little small town girl from the shores of Lake Champlain in Vermont. Anyhow, so I have been a content creator for just as long, if not longer, than I've been in marketing and dealing with social media for businesses. Um, I don't know if anyone remembers the early days of content creation on LiveJournal, but I was a LiveJournaler all through high school. Well, senior year of high school through college. Um, the evolution of content creation and where we are today with influencers has absolutely fascinated me. In 2007, I moved off of LiveJournal onto WordPress, and I would my blog, especially this fiasco that I had with a certain electronic seller company, retailer, big box company, and how they destroyed my laptop got covered by like the Washington City paper or like the Express paper on the Metro. So I used to get a lot of traffic. I had some really fun opportunities. I got to go to blog her a couple of times. I've met amazing bloggers over the days, some of whom I'm still in touch with, even though they're not necessarily creating content anymore. But I've loved following how all of our careers have kind of taken a similar path, some of us. So anyhow, nowadays I'm, like I said, a freelance social media manager slash boutique agency owner. I think that's what you call yourself when you kind of start outsourcing your work, right? Um, I work with lots of women-owned businesses, tech businesses, kind of all sorts. I haven't really I haven't really niched down. And we're gonna talk about, do you really need a niche? Some say yes, some say no. When I started freelancing in 2020, I really just needed any work that would come my way. I had lost my job as a marketing director at the beginning of the pandemic. So I kind of took a leap of faith. And now here we are, 3 years later, just a couple weeks past my 3-year anniversary of when I set up my LLC. And now I want to kind of give back and build my own community. I've been a part of many, many communities of podcasters, coaches, all that kind of fun stuff. And now I'm ready to kind of dip my toe back into content creation. I do kind of have a somewhat regular blog on my website, HeidiJSchmidt.com, mostly where I share marketing information. But now I kind of want to move a little bit, still talk about marketing, obviously, because any small business owner slash online business owner knows that you need to market your business to grow. But I really want to talk about growth and how you use social media, how you stay inspired and productive and overcome all those challenges that we as entrepreneurs face day in and day out. So that's what social-ish is going to be about. I am super excited for this new journey we'll be starting. The first episode is going to come out in early June. So, like and subscribe. We'll be sharing them weekly on YouTube and on a podcasting platform near you. I haven't figured out which one. We'll get there. Yeah, I am excited to be along for this ride and I hope you'll come along with me. And feel free to follow me on social media to stay up to date with what's coming out. Subscribe so that you get notifications when the first episode drops. Talk to you soon.